Today is a workout specially designed on bones, on building and strengthening our bones as well as our muscles, because they both go hand in hand. So for anyone that may have osteopenia, osteoporosis, and the prevention of it, but also if you have it, how we can stop the progression of it. So we're going to start with my usual feel-good prescription. We are in a different area because my internet didn't work in my studio. So I need this breathing snack because I've literally just had a workout getting all the chairs up and down into my old area where we used to do our lockdown free workouts. So my mother-in-law is just about to enter as well, just in time for some breathing. Pranam, mummy. So just take a seat, everyone. We have a selection of breath snacks in my book, The Feel Good Fix. Actually, you're going to sit here, mummy, and I will sit on this side. And we're just going to take a moment to breathe. We're going to do a really simple breathing technique today, and it's the 5-5 breath. There's lots of different examples in my book, but I want you to close your eyes. We're going to try and relax the body and mind. I need it after that little technical hiccup, so we're just going to calm, tune into your breath, try and breathe in through your nose. There's lots of science on nasal breathing, and take a long exhale through your nose or your mouth. And we're going to count up to 5 as your breath in, and 5 or 6 on your breath out. But just do what you can. We're just going to do a couple of rounds. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Just keep your eyes closed. That was just 5 rounds. Just have a little sense check how you're feeling. Hopefully a little calmer, a little bit more relaxed, kicking in the parasympathetic nervous system. We're going to rub our hands together, generate some heat, keep those eyes closed, and then place those hands over your closed eyes. Just feel that warmth. Take a positive inhale. On the next exhale, just open your eyes with your hands still there. Just let in some light. Take your time. Bring a lovely smile to your beautiful faces. And when you're ready, inhale, exhale. You can release the hands away. How did you feel, mummy? Did you enjoy that? Yes. So I'm just going to show you this snack because you can have a little read on why it's so important. It's called resonant breathing. So it's actually in my book, it's the 5-5 snack. So if I can find it, I will probably put a link in it in my YouTube video. Exciting. Yep, here it is, page 273. So do have a read because the science behind this one, mummy, you'll like, is that the breathing rhythm is actually 5-5. So if we do 5 rounds of 5.5 seconds, that breath in and out, you'll normally get to this lovely resonant breathing, and it's used in a lot of our different prayers as well. So it's quite an efficient, coherent breathing snack. So great for our fast-paced lives. So we're going to focus today, as I said, on our bone health. So we're going to start marching on the spot. If you can stand up through this workout, please stand up. If you're unable to stand, mummy is going to show you seated. But what I want you to try and do, when you're marching today, I want you to march quite intentionally. Can you hear I'm stamping my feet a little bit, mummy? So when you're stamping your feet, don't go too hard, especially if you're feeling any pain or anything. But I want you to think about your bones and the impact on your bones. So if you're ready to progress, some of you are more advanced. We have all ages and abilities joining, which is why I'm going to give you lots of options. You could go a little bit faster, like some of my Zoom participants. You could even add some light weights. Mummy, you could hold your little weights while you're marching. Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit today, and I'm going to feed in some science and research I've been doing about bone health and osteoporosis. So did you know, Mummy, that 1 in 3 women, so this is a lot about women's health today because I was so alarmed by the statistics, 1 in 3 women will develop osteoporosis, and more than half of them will have a fracture in their lifetime. Yeah? So 1 in 2 women over the age of 50 are likely to have a fracture. 70% of all of the hip fractures are actually in women. And this is quite scary, but if you do fall and break your hip, 50% of those will not be able to return to their independent pre-fall function. So you start becoming quite dependent on others and maybe unable to do the things that you were able to do before. And actually 30% will die within a year. I mean, I thought that was pretty scary. Did you hear that, Mummy? So what we want to do is really focus on our bone strength. So around, in menopause especially, we are marching, so you can go fast, you can go slow. You could even add in the addition of a rucksack, which I'm going to put on for today. I've just done a big post on Instagram about wearing a weighted vest, but if you don't have a vest, I always suggest rucking, using a little rucksack, which you can increase your weight in. I can see Vinu Uncle on Zoom has got his rucksack ready. So we're going to keep marching, but I just tell you a little bit more around menopause. Your bone strength actually declines by up to 20%. So over 40s women, the fragility fractures actually start really increasing. Now, when we have low bone density, have you seen ever your bones, Mummy? They look a little bit like a crunchy bar, like that honeycomb where you start having those big holes. But the good news is, like I said at the beginning, that we can do a lot of exercises alongside things like vitamin D, magnesium, calcium-rich foods. Some women are looking at HRT during menopause. I'm going to focus on what we can do with exercise, and we want to focus on muscle building, progressive strength training, and weight-bearing impact exercise, which is why I'm suggesting when you march today, or when you take your steps in, you think about your bones and the impact. When we're putting the stress on our bones, they're actually amazing. They're living tissue, and they're going to rebuild and get stronger. So walking is a great exercise. We're also going to add in our little star jumps, Mummy. So I've got my rucksack. You can leave the weight, but we're going to think about, I always keep the workout seated and standing. If you're able to stand, I don't usually show the higher impact version, but some of you may be able, and Mummy, even you, think about your feet hitting the ground. Your bones are actually getting stronger with a little bit of impact. So this is the first time I think I've shown jumps on this workout because we've had all ages and abilities, but she's showing you a lower impact version. This is great also for our cardiovascular health, all the amazing other benefits of cardiovascular exercise to our bodies, our respiratory system, our lungs, our hearts, and relax. So we've done a little bit of a cardio snack to start off. We're doing quite a different workout today. Another idea for impact exercises for our bones is a little bit of skipping. So we often do skipping, Mummy. She does it seated. If you're able to do a little skip, maybe a little bounce. I don't, again, often show jumps in my Friday workout, but you can lift your knees. Imagine a skipping rope under your feet. So, Mummy, you know sometimes you do these double jumps. So when your heels are striking the ground, even seated, can you put a little bit of load on them? If you put your heels down, good. Can you feel that? She's doing it more intentional. And then you can add the little skipping rope, maybe imagining you're back in the playground as a little child. I'm talking even 10 to 20 seconds. So the beauty of everything I'm going to show you in this workout is Exercise snacking is actually one of the best ways, these short bursts of exercise frequently through your day, sprinkling them in when you're sitting too long and thinking about our bones and muscles. I'm giving you some ideas of little snacks that you could add into your day. Another one is hopping. So hopping we don't usually do, but there is an amazing study building up to 50 hops on each leg a day, but I don't even recommend that because I know some of you may not be able to hop. Even if you could do 5 hops, just a few times a day. I can see Ayush Auntie and Andrew, be careful if you haven't hopped in a few years, because this is where these impact exercises, we have to be really careful. I would say hold on to a chair and see if you can hop. Now, the reason I'm telling you about this is a study that shows that a little bit of hopping can actually help reduce your risk of hip fractures. So the hip bone is being targeted with the impact. Just do a few, even if you do one. Did you feel it? You did 5. Let me see on the other leg. Are you okay? Because you know, you have to listen to your body. I'm just showing you ideas. If it's not for you, please keep marching. There's other things you can do. So you can hold onto the chair, 2, 3, without 4 and 5. Careful. So I want mummy to hold onto the chair because the last thing we want is a fall. This is the whole point of this workout. We're going to go through balance and how we can reduce our risks of falls as well. But the hip fractures, there's a whole study about hopping. I was trying to put a hop snack in the book, but I had to cut 100 pages out. So I'm going to share something on my social media about this study. So keep an eye out. But it showed 50 hops a day. You don't have to do that, mummy. Even if you did 5, you've not hopped in years, right? Even if you do 1 and just try it. If you do a little hop on the chair, what if we pretend we're hopping on the chair? Because this might be more suitable to my Friday workout. Again, it's a little bit of load. Like obviously, listen to your body. If you have any concerns with these exercises, please consult your physio, your healthcare professional, your GP. I'm just showing you ideas and I'm trying to adapt it to the range of people that join me on these Friday workouts. So please don't feel disheartened if you can't hop. Do not worry, we can try other things. So the other one I was going to suggest is the heel drops. So we lift our heels up, mummy, and we engage our calves, but then think about dropping them, really placing them down. So lifting up, maybe we hold for a few seconds, and then drop. Can you drop intentionally? So that is the load that I want our bones. If you can, please don't do it if there's any pain. Try and think about stressing the bones, and that's going to help them rebuild, repair, and hopefully grow a little bit stronger, yeah? So even if you have osteoporosis, obviously you've got to listen to your body, but exercises could help the progression, minimize the progression of the osteoporosis. And obviously if you're younger, in your 30s, tell your children, tell your grandchildren, because after the age of 30 is when we start losing our bone density and our muscle mass. So let's go back to marching just for a few seconds while I give you a few other ideas, because I really want today, it's a very different workout, to show you ideas of things you could do. So we've talked about marching on the spot. Obviously you could take a little rucksack out for a weight. If you're going for a walk, you could add in some weights in your hand. You could use your stairs. Stair climbing is one of the best ones to do. So if you're still able to climb stairs, that's really good for your bones. Dancing is one of the best things to do. So we haven't got any music, but shall we pretend, mummy? Shall I give you a little twirl? Stand up. We're going to just pretend. So everyone, when you play this workout back on YouTube, this is your chance to sing a song, because I'm not going to sing for you because that'll be too embarrassing, but you could pretend there's a little bit of music on. What's your favorite song? Have you got a favorite song? Is it Happy Birthday or something? Hey, let's do a little twirl underneath. I want you to just dance. Just for 30 seconds, like no one's watching. Oh, Vinu uncle, Champu auntie are dancing together on Zoom with his rucksack on. Great moves, Andrew, Taruna auntie. Oh, my mum is dancing. Ayush auntie, Lal uncle. If you're even dancing on your chair, let's just have a little dance. Because dance is movement in different directions. Yep, so we're challenging the foot. Andrew, you remind me of the grapevine. So if you remember the grapevine, I think it was this one, this one, this one, and together, something like that. So you kind of cross over and back, but we could just do a crossover, mummy, of your feet. So look at my feet. One's coming behind the other, and a little kick, and out to the side. My heart rate's going up, and I'm streaming live on YouTube and on Zoom, but we're having a little bit of fun, a little bit of a dance, yes? So think about movement in different directions. Great work. How are we feeling? I can see lots of you on Zoom. If you'd like to join us on Zoom, please sign up to my newsletter where I share a WhatsApp link for where I communicate the Zoom details. But those of you that I can see, amazing. If you're on YouTube, let me know when you have that little dance off. Tell me if you just enjoyed that. Another one is racket sports, mummy. So you played table tennis with us. So while I'm talking, you can practice your heel drops, lifting up and purposely putting the heels down. Or you could even try a little bit of skipping. But when we do racket sports, so I've taken up paddle tennis over the last year or so. It's a huge phenomenon worldwide. But mummy, you played table tennis with me and the boys, didn't you, on holiday once? And she was very good. So I might get you to start playing table tennis, because that's also great for your hand-eye coordination, balance, stability, but it's even proven brilliant for our bones. Weight-bearing impact exercises. So that is the first section I wanted to cover. We're going to go on to balance now. This is a huge part because we want to reduce our risks of falls in the first place, right? So we always talk about balance. There's a whole section on my book about balance, the science, explaining it all. So if you haven't got my book, I would really encourage you. And actually on page 68, for a bit of homework for those that have got my book, you can also get it on Kindle. There's a whole section on bone health and osteoporosis. So that is your homework this week, is to read those couple of pages and maybe find a snack. Like maybe even the seated HIIT snack or the seated strength snack. We're going to go on to strength training, but I'm thinking of page 188 as well, or trying some of the other HIIT snacks that you could just do for a minute. That all counts, exercise snacking. So balance, let's talk about balance. So mummy, while I'm talking and finding the snack, because you know which one I'm going to find, it's the 10-second balance snack, which we're going to start off with today. And I want you to make sure you all support, which is why I do it when I brush my teeth, because I have the sink as my support to stop me from falling down. Have a wall, have a chair, so you stay near it. We're going to just try and go for 10 seconds, and I'll tell you why afterwards if you haven't done my little workouts before. So we're going to go on one side, engage your core, focus on a point, body nice and straight. 10, 9, do what you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. We don't want to fall over, so be careful. It's not about just hitting the 10 seconds. We want to make sure you do things carefully and you don't fall. How was that? Was that okay? So we're going to try the other side. I always find keeping my stomach muscles in really helps. Which leg was I on? I think I was on this one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it doesn't matter if you stopped and start. But researchers have found that people who failed a 10-second balance test of standing on one foot were nearly twice as likely to die in the next decade. I know that's very morbid and I don't even want to say it, But I want to show you why balance is so important, especially when it comes to fractures, because they're very common, even in women over the age of 40, yeah? That's the message. We all need to be doing balance. So she has built up, you can see, she's trying again. You can keep trying a little bit while I explain. There's a table in my book for different age ranges with targets. So 10 seconds is a great place to start, but if you can progress, Mummy, you are 76. So it says 77 now. Oh my gosh, I forgot. 22 seconds with your eyes open, and you could, as a challenge, if that's easy, then eyes closed is much harder. It says 3 seconds with your eyes closed, but I don't want you to try that. I want you to just build up to maybe over the 10, which was a little bit hard. Maybe we get to 15, maybe we get to 20 and 22 would be the amazing range, but these are only targets. You listen to your body, and do not worry if you can't balance. Another option is to just hold your leg out. I know this is more leg strength. Mummy does double legs, which is quite hard when you're sitting on a chair. That means you're really engaging, but here we're thinking more about strength work. Another great balance snack in my book is the yoga balance snack. So I will just tell you which page that is on, so you can all have a little go at some variety. I would also say, think about balancing when your kettle's boiling, when you're just in the kitchen. Mummy, you could add a little bit in. Page 140, you have a whole yoga balance snack with the QR code straight to videos of these exercises. But that could also be a nice little challenge, something for you to try out. So one of them is the tree pose, which I know some of you have done. Mummy, do you want to try another 10-second balance? Anyone that does yoga, please be careful of this one, only if you can do it. Vinu Uncle is always my inspiration on this one. He's on Zoom. He's in his 80s, I believe, and he always does an amazing tree pose, but be careful. Core tight, focus on a point. Please do not feel wobbly. Just hold on to the chair or wall. You don't have to do it for long, even just a few seconds to try, or stick to normal balance, or even a seated leg extension while we just try out a couple of different variations, because I want to give you a little bit of variety. Be careful. Wonderful to those that are able to try. But please don't feel disheartened. Balance is hard, and we lose balance from midlife. So tell your children, tell your loved ones. We are now going into strength training, and the reason why strength is so important is because bones and muscles work hand in hand. The more we strengthen our muscles, the more it's going to help with strengthening your bones. Yeah, there's a lot of science in my book about why. That's like why explains why they work so close together. So muscle building. We're going to start with our bands. If you have a band, if you don't have a band, you're going to use some tin cans, some light weights. If you have a long enough band, and a band might not work for all, we could do it seated under your feet. Your back is going to be nice and straight. I've kept my rucksack on the whole workout just as a little trial to see how it feels, but you don't need to keep that on. Elbows are going to stay glued by your body, so they're going to glue by your side. Mummy, tuck them in, and then we're going to keep our wrists straight. We're going to try and do a bicep curl. I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera. You could do this standing, depending on the length of your band. If a band doesn't work, please use some tin cans, or some weights. So I'm doing a bicep curl here, where I'm bringing my hands up towards my shoulders. This is your bicep, your front of your arm. Really important for carrying, for lifting things. So functional movements. We use our biceps a lot. But Mummy, can you feel that? Maybe aiming for about 8 to 10 repetitions. But if you've got a heavy band, when your form starts going, when those last few repetitions are really tough, that's when you know you're on the right rep range and the right level, yep? So we don't want to go when our form, our technique starts to go. We just want to do quite a few. I could feel those when you feel it. So I'm going to show them the other option. Carry on for a few if you're able to. And you could hold the band tighter or looser. Obviously, I can show you a bicep curl with some weights. I could use some tin cans, which I usually have, but I've had to move location very quickly this morning. So tin cans, plastic bottles, we could add in some weights here. Some of you have moved from your band to doing an extra set with some weights. So if you want to join me, do a few with your weights. If you can't go heavier, you can go slower. So time under tension for the muscles. There's a whole section on strength training in the book. All the science, lots of different ways that we can use progression. This progressive overload is what we want to do for our bones and muscles. But there's lots of ways. We could do more repetitions. We could slow them down. We could add more sets of the work. So bicep curl was our first one. We're also going to do the lat pull down. So again, if you have a band, but I'll show you with the weights as an option, we're going to lift both arms up into the air. One arm stays nice and close by your ear. Relax your shoulders, back straight, stomach tight. And the other elbow is going to come down the side, squeezing the lats. So it's this muscle group here in my back. Think about the muscle group. Let's do 5 on the same side. So it kind of builds up. You breathe out as you pull and inhale as you release. Good. Can you feel this, mummy? If it's loose, maybe tighten up. Use the resistance. So resistance bands are a great way to start with strength training. And we can adjust the resistance by holding it closer or further away. Relax there. If you need to shake it out, have a little shake out. Before you do the other side, maybe 5 to 10. I mean, depending on what works for you. I want you to feel it in the last few repetitions. Breathe out and in. Good. 2. Lovely. And 1. When you're ready, you can carry on for a few repetitions. If you want, again, so mummy, keep that other arm a little bit further back. So your arms could be by your ears if you're able to, and then you go down as if you're between 2 panes of glass, that elbow's coming down and you're thinking about your back muscles, your latimus dorsi. Does that feel okay? Keep your head straight. If you wanted, you could try with some weights, or you could do another little set. Do you want to try with some weights? Your arms. So try a little bit with your band, or just do some without. And I'm just going to show them the weighted version. So you could alternate down, squeezing those back muscles. Exhale on the hard bit, inhale on the return. How does that feel? Find what you enjoy. You don't have to use bands. If you're used to free weights, you can use free weights. It's just a different way, and it's also a progression, but just try and do good form. And there's a whole sofa snack in my book that's got lots of these banded exercises with the videos. So I'm just going to run through a few ideas today with you all. Good. Another one. Give it a shake. Can you feel your upper body? Yep. Are you okay? We're going to do this one, mummy, the bow and arrow. So with the band, or again, I'll show you with weights. So I've got both arms out in front of me now. I'm going to keep one arm fixed at shoulder height. The other elbow comes round and back like a bow and arrow, but I'm squeezing again my shoulder blades together. We can alternate. Try and keep your wrist straight to your forearm whenever you're doing any weighted exercises. So protecting our wrists. Breathe out, breathe in. It's a little bit like Robin Hood. Do you feel like this one? Yes, can you feel that? Where do you feel it? Oh, you feel it on your arm. So just be careful because she's got a little, have you got a little bit of pain in your arm? Be careful, don't do too much. If you want to drop the weight, you can, mummy, so you could even do it just like this, but really imagining. We don't always have to use weights. You listen to your body, but ideally, progressive overload means if you're able to lift heavier or do more repetitions, more sets, that's why I'm giving you a few more minutes here just to try maybe with some weight. This is quite a different move. Squeeze back and release. Oh, it's quite hard with the weights. I can feel that. I can see my mum on Zoom who did the lovely workout with me on holiday last week. So do check that one out. We focused on knee strength on that one. Really important and very common. Lots of people with knee pain. She's just circling out her neck. So let's do a little bit of circling that we did. So we typically have gone through a different workout today. We obviously use the warm-up as our marching, but we know mobility on any of the other workouts, you'll find a whole section, and even in my book on mobility. But that feels good. Should we circle out the arms a little bit? Let the blood flow, just mobilizing the joints. And we're going to go into a little bit of lower body now. So I've kept my rucksack on as a little weight, but you could use one of your weights today, maybe both. Which one do you want to use? One? Perfect. So we're going to go into lower body strength. So this is all about bone health. Weight, this is now the strengthening exercises for our muscles because they are also so important for our bones. If you can't stand, you can all warm up the legs by doing a leg extension. You know I love these. We love doing them even under the dinner table, sticking out a leg, really focusing on that leg strength. Now with my mum last week, if you've watched that workout, mummy, we try this one, mummy. So you're going to put both feet down, lift your knee up towards your chest, then lengthen, then bring it back in towards your chest, then lengthen, then back in towards your chest. Can everyone try this? So I'm not just bringing the leg up and down, I'm actually now lifting the knee towards my chest, then lengthening the leg, then back in. Can you feel that after 5? It's much harder, right? Than just simply lifting the foot off the ground and placing it down. So let's do the other side. Lift up the knee towards your chest as much as you can, then straighten, then back in, then straighten. Can everyone feel how difficult this actually is? Yeah? This is like a progression on our leg extension that I've been showing you in my workouts for years. But while I was researching the knee strength and the leg strength, can you feel the difference? That should work a lot harder. So that's a great one if you can't stand for whatever reason. Maybe you're not able to stand, maybe you're working from home in meetings. I even get people using these seated workouts for that. If you're able to stand, if you need support of the chair, we have our feet a little bit wider than your shoulder width. Your knees are always going to go out in the same direction as your toes. We're going to all lift up, holding the chair just a couple of inches and down, just so you know you've got that support there. So a little half sit and stand. Just activating the muscles, getting them ready, fired up, and breathe out and in. That's level 2. I can already feel that. Level 3 is if you're able to stand without any aid. So you could put your hands like mummy has prayer position. You could put them across your chest. And we're all going to stand up, watching our knees, looking at our toes on the way down. You can see the toes. So your knees are staying back and out. Breathing out, squeezing the leg muscles. Really squeeze. This is a simple sit and stand, but being able to stand is our biggest goal, I think, for independence, right? Later on in life. And if you can't stand, please just do little simple exercises. That's still going to really benefit your muscle strength because we don't want to lose it. We want to use it, right? That's the whole key in this workout. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. So breathe out and in. How many have we done, Mummy? No. Are you squeezing? Can you feel this? My heart rate's going up, and we've done about 10 sit and stands. I do these different to squats in this workout because it's a little bit more accessible. You can roll out your ankles, you can give everything a little shake, you can have another little dance if you want to, or march on the spot. So we're going to do another set. I actually found those quite challenging with my it's not that heavy, but I had a little rucksack on. You could now maybe add your weight. Did you use your weight on the last set? You did? No. So we could maybe add your weight if you're ready. I'm showing you how to progress. If you're not ready today, this workout is saved. You come back to it. Or if you have been using the same weights, maybe you use slightly heavier to keep those muscles adapting, to strengthen them. So I'm going to hold my weights just in front of my chest. If you had one, you can hold it like Mummy. If you're doing your leg extensions, you could also hold the weight and try and do them. That's another little challenge. Some of you have started knees going out in line with your toes. If you're able to stand, let's try and aim for 10. I want you to think about all the muscles in your lower body getting stronger, visualizing. We are strong, yep. We want to keep our bones and muscles strong. Good. Breathe out, squeeze, and inhale. Lovely work. Let's do up to 10, but you do what you can. When you're tired, you listen to your body and you just tune in, have a little rest. Good. Can we go slower on the way down? There's a whole squat snack in my book, and it's got a lot of science showing even this way down is so effective for our muscle growth. Good. Are you counting?
Yeah, last one.
Woo, last one. And relax. Super work. So I've got a final challenge for you all. For those that have been doing sit and stands or squats for a while, you can do a third set. For those that haven't been, we're going to focus on a shoulder press. Some of you I know on Zoom did add in that press with your sit and stand. What we could do is a simple seated shoulder press where we're just lifting up. I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera and just show you my palms are facing forward. Your tin cans or your weights are by your ears. Your back is straight. Your stomach is tight. Your neck is nice and neutral. We just push up like we're putting something on a shelf ourselves. Breathing out and in. Now the option was to do just the shoulder press, or if you want to add it into your sit and stands, you could come down and press up. That's more of a full body move, but please listen to your body. Breathe out, adapt your weights for your level. Inhale, exhale. If you're happy, just seated shoulder press, that's fine for today. I'm just giving you the option to do this full body move if you really want to. Pushing up and down. Let's do one more. Well done. Oh, I can feel that. So I am out of breath. I don't know if you can hear me, but that's the beauty of strength training. We are building lean muscle mass, but you also do get that high heart rate. So you will get the benefits of fat burning, for maintaining a healthy weight, which is so important to reduce risks of chronic illnesses. Give your shoulders a little roll, upper body a little roll out. So I'm just placing my hands here. So yeah, high heart rate, but the more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to burn, even at rest. Yeah, muscle mass is probably the most important thing for longevity, which is written in my book, a whole section on that. We're going to go into our press-ups. I haven't forgotten. This may feel a little bit harder today if you have done quite a bit already. Now, the best way to start press-ups is against the wall. So, Mummy, I'm going to get you to come on this wall so everyone can see you. If you come there, I'm going to move this chair out of the way a little bit. If you're happy to do your wall press up, so Mummy's going to have a nice straight line from her head down to her heels. Hands are nice and wide. She comes towards the wall and away. Mummy, do you mind just moving a little bit this way, just so you were in camera? Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. Now everyone can see you on YouTube and Zoom. If you're able to progress on your table, on your kitchen counter, again, keeping a lovely straight line. Inhale, exhale. Good. Try and go back in one go. Try not to push back too suddenly, Mummy. So here, slow it down. Good. Inhale, exhale. Even going slower, I can feel this. I've got my rucksack on still. You could even move your feet further away as progression. Obviously, I show floor press-ups in my book. You could go down to the ground. There's lots of progressions, but for today's workout, we're going to keep it nice and simple. And wall press-ups are accessible everywhere. When you're at the coffee machine, in your offices, if you're still working, if you're in the kitchen, you could add them into your day. That's why I love showing wall press-ups. Does that feel okay? Yeah. So you should feel that's a big compound move for your upper body. We've done quite a bit for upper body now. So the last one we're going to try today is some lunges if you think you can do them. I'm just going to keep a little eye on the time. Yes. So we've got a couple of minutes. Lunges are difficult, but I'm going to show you one version. So if you're seated, I want you to just, if you can't stand, I want you to either do those leg extensions again, lifting up, lengthening, or you could do some heel raises. These are targeting the lower calf muscles. Great for after a meal, absorbing excess blood sugar. Mummy's really using her bones. Look at that now. You've changed them. She's putting that impact down with her heels. You listen to everything, Nisha. Good girl. So don't move your furniture, but if you have a table or a little bit of support, I'm going to try and show you a lunge. Don't do these if you have any knee issues. You can maybe try this, yep? We're going to take a step back, a long stride back. You're going to lift the back heel. We take a long stride so that the front knee is protected. And we're just going to go down ever so slightly, bending the back leg and up. You don't have to go all the way down and up. But I'm keeping a long stride. You've got balance and support because I want your front knee to not go beyond the front toe. Down and up, yeah? These are good. You can try here, Mummy. Let's see if you can do just 2 or 3 on each side. Might even be worth trying. Like this. So have one leg closer to the front. Everyone watching, you can watch her set up. That back leg is further back if you can. Heel is off the ground on the back leg. And then you're going to bend both knees down. Keep your body nice and upright. So you know how it's hunching forward. That's better. And try not to put the load on the front. Did you see you were pushing your knee forward? So it's quite difficult. Bend both legs. Can you bend the back knee as well? There we go. Better. Better, but we need to practice because she's coming slightly forward with her body. Can you see that? So let me correct you. So stop for a second. Yeah, I'm holding on to the chair. So please be careful. Ideally use the back of the sofa or a table or something that's not going to move. So did you see, Mummy? You were coming a little bit like this, forward. So we want to try and stay with your body straight through the middle. I know it's hard. And all I want you to think about is bending a little bit. You don't have to come low down. Can you see I'm bending the back knee to a little bit of a 90 degrees and the front leg 90 degrees. Can everyone see that? Yeah, this is a hard one. So I'm not showing you full lunges, but I'm just showing you a way to target your leg muscles differently. If you don't like them, please do some sit and stand, some leg extensions, anything that works for you. So you can bring that leg a little bit closer to the chair. That heel up, good. And now just a little bend, not a lot, much better. Can you all see the difference? Her body's more upright. So you're not coming forwards towards the chair. Your body's staying in the middle of your body, nice and upright, down and up. That's much better on this side, yes? But it's hard, right? Little bit hard. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, she likes them. Lovely lunges. Well done for trying. Lunge, lunge.
Lunge.
Lunge, L-U-N-G-E.
Lunge.
Lunge, yeah? So there's obviously different types of lunges that I show in more advanced classes. You can do alternating. Please don't try this. I'm just showing mum some different lunges. I show in the leg snack, there's curtsy lunges, there's side lunges, there's lots of different types, but depending on your level and how we do them correctly. So a little bit of something new there. We are going to actually finish with just one more. We're going to do our chest press as a final strengthening exercise. And the beauty of obviously having the book is that we could do little strength snacks through the day, little and often, thinking how beneficial that is to our bones and our muscles, yep. So now we're thinking really deeply about prevention, slowing progression of osteoporosis, osteopenia in this workout. Hopefully it's thinking a little bit differently when you're working, thinking about the science, the importance of these exercises. Squeezing in and out. My arms are 90 degrees. I can really feel this on my chest and relax. Well done, everyone. What was one of your favorite exercises today? Any favorites? You liked them all? You're thinking about the heels?
Yeah.
Now, she's thinking about the heels, I could see. Let's stretch, everyone. We have to stretch. Just so we've tried a lot of different things today. We're going to start off with one leg seated out in front of you. Really nice straight leg. You're going to flex your toes towards you. Reaching up. I'm going to take my lovely rucksack off now. Breathing in and then exhale, falling forwards wherever you can reach. Maybe your toes, maybe your shins, maybe even just resting on your thigh and just coming a little bit forward. But feel a lovely stretch on that long, straight leg all the way down. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. Be very proud of whatever you manage to do, because you know now the science shows that every minute counts. Another study yesterday came out. Just 5 minutes of higher intensity exercise, like the minutes we did at the beginning, can reduce your blood pressure. So anyone with high blood pressure, yeah, just 5 minutes.
5 minutes, really.
5 minutes of the higher intensity exercises. So the dancing, if you want to do 5 minutes of dancing with me, or like the skipping, the high knees, the marching, the fast walking, it's great for your blood pressure as well. So just lots of science is coming out, which is really happy, that makes me happy that exercise snacking is now being thought of as, yes, it works, and there's more research backing it up. So just be confident that even if you did a few minutes today, you should be really proud. We're going to do our upper body stretches. We're going to have one arm out in front of us. Relax the shoulders away from your ears, seated or standing, bringing that arm across the body, looking over that shoulder. So you should feel a nice release on the upper back. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Make sure you stretch, everyone, because it's reducing any soreness that you may feel from new exercises. It's also reducing your risk of injuries. It's great for self-care, tuning into your breath, slowing the mind and body down. Little treats. There's lots of stretch snacks in my book because I love stretching. I never used to, but I really love it. Biceps, we're going to do a little stretch here where you can have your arms straight out, other hand coming just to pull your fingers down towards you. Do you feel a nice stretch in the front of your arms? Well done to everyone on YouTube. We have lots of people today. Even if you manage to do a few minutes, it counts, and this workout will be saved. Do please share it with your loved ones. My goal is to help as many people as possible. This is quite a different workout to the other ones on the Feel Good playlist, right? Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Yeah, we did quite a lot of different targeting, especially bone health, which I feel is a real issue we have to really focus on because of the alarming statistics that I read out at the beginning. Relax there. Let's open out our chest. So hands maybe in the middle of your back. You can do everything seated. If you're able to, if you want to stay seated, then I'll show standing. So my elbows are coming back. My back is nice and straight, opening out the chest. And then we're going to hug a tree. Imagine hugging a tree in front of you, rounding the back, interlocking the fingers, chin to chest. Really create a C shape in your back. Does that feel good? Lovely. Then lengthening up both hands all the way up. Can we stretch, stretch, stretch? Lengthen our body, lengthen our muscles that we've used. Inhale, exhale, release it down. I haven't forgotten. My favorite, it's got its own snack. Which one are we going to do? Feel good hug. So give yourself a bit of love, breathing in positivity like a seated or standing cat-cow, open wide. Exhale. I'm going to give Mummy a big hug because well done, Mummy.
Well done,
You've had a few busy days, but I know I'm going to see you on Friday, and it's so important that you help me demonstrate to everyone out there that you can do this at the age of 77. It's amazing. My mum did it last week as well with me. Like, you're all helping to hopefully inspire others. Whatever your age or ability, a little bit of movement counts, and it can really help your health. So thank you for joining me, Mummy. You're very inspiring. And we're going to take a nice feel-good finish, another snack from my book, always finishing with a nice positive inhale. Lift your arms up and then exhale, release any tension, anxiety, bringing them down. We have workouts in Gujarati on YouTube. If Mummy could do one in Gujarati for us.
અંદર શ્વાસ લ્યો, બધા સુખ વિચારો અંદર લઈ જાઓ. હવે શ્વાસ કાઢો, બધા અસુખ વિચારો બારે કાઢો.
Lovely. Just taking the last few moments to invest in your mind, your body, breathing in positivity. Capture that positivity with your hands at the top. Bring it back down to your heart center. Have a moment of gratitude. My book is not just about exercise snacks. You know, it's all about mental health. Gratitude is such an important part. Being kind to your body. So have a moment to say thank you to your amazing body, and thank you all for joining me. Give yourselves a big clap. Super work. We got there. So this workout on bones and osteoporosis and muscle mass will be saved. Please do share this one. There's a lot of important information. I'll be sharing bite-sized little exercises on my Instagram as well. There's lots in my book, The Feel Good Fix, which is always on offer at the moment on Amazon, but is available in all bookshops as well. So please check it out. I really hope we can focus on keeping our bones strong, yes?
Yeah.
Mummy, you have osteoporosis.
Yeah.
Have you had a DEXA scan again?
Which scan?
For your bones. You had a DEXA scan.
No, bone density is due next year, February.
And when did you last have it?
3 years back. They do it every 3 years.
So that would be interesting to see if there's been any change, because you've only been strength training for about 3 or 4 years with me, right? So that would be very interesting. So there are DEXA scans available. If you have any risk in your family, if you feel that you need one, I know over 60s, I believe, are able to get one on the NHS. And privately, they don't cost too much, but there's so much we could do with lifestyle, with exercise, that I really hope you can build this into your lovely days. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Mummy. Well done, well done. Yay, well done. Keep going. I'm just going to say bye to YouTube. We've had a lot of people joining today. Super work, everyone.